Hey guys, how's it going? I want to talk about blame, right? What I mean is, we as people, as Republicans, Democrats, Independents, or any variation, we have this really bad habit of pushing all the blame of anything that happens. I'll use Gavin Newsome for an example, right here in California. I currently live in San Diego, California, and it's a beautiful state. The beaches, the weather, it's amazing. The food is great. The women are beautiful. Shit, the men are beautiful. But all in all, it's a wonderful state to live in. But then you have the politics of California, which is completely opposite of everything I just said, right? And what I hear a lot more than anything, is people are so quick to blame Gavin Newsom for everything wrong in California. And that's why I'm making this video. For one, I do not blame Gavin Newsom for almost anything wrong in California. I don't. I don't. What most people fail to remember is that California is essentially 80, 70, 80, 90% super majority controlled by the Democrat Party. That means they control our House, our Senate, our judiciary. They control everything. Whether or not Gavin Newsom was governor of this state would change nothing in this state. Keep in mind, we went through Jerry Brown, the Arnold, the I'll be back, Arnold Schwarzenegger guy. We went through a lot of governors, and every single time the state has gotten progressively worse. That is not Gavin Newsom's fault. Now, don't get me wrong. Gavin Newsom is part of the snake. He is part of the problem, right? But he is not the problem. The problem with California is the Democrat Party, the party that has full control with no opposition. And it's the same thing when it comes to federal politics. Everybody wants to run and blame everything on Joe Biden, Obama. It's not their fault. Are they part of the problem? Absolutely. Did they sign the bills? Absolutely. Did they do shady things? Were they corrupt? Absolutely. But they are not the snake. They are not the head of the snake. They don't even make up a body. They're more like a scale, a little scale on the snake. And so too many people fall victim. And Trump does this a lot. He's like, Joe Biden's the worst president in all of history. Yeah, sure. Sure. But he was enabled. He couldn't just do anything. He was controlled. He had authority under him, around him, right? Obama as well. President Trump's first term, right? How many things did he do that he didn't want to do, right? So what I'm getting at is we are too quick to point all the blame at one person when really we're ignoring the body of problem. The body of problem is not one person. The body of problem is the group. It is this Democrat Republican Party virus that we have. And so when I reference California, I'm picking on the Democrat Party, but that's because it is a majority rule here. They control everything. And so I look at Gavin Newsom, and it's easy to see why he was elected governor of California. One, he's a good-looking man, right? No homo. He's tall. He's white. He's rich. He's powerful. He's very well spoken, and he's charismatic. And he says things with a lot of he says a lot of feeling words. If you ever hear him talk, he talks with words that imply feeling and passion, and those are things that you know emotionally they get women. They get women to fall in line because women are emotional creatures. I don't like I don't like the idea of blaming Gavin Newsom for everything because he is not the problem. The problem is all the crazy ass people we keep electing into power. Gavin Newsom is just the person that finalizes whatever is being sent to him. And he does so because he knows that if he doesn't fall in line, they're going to come after him, man. They're going to get him. And he's not stupid. He comes from wealth. He knows that if he does not toe that line, they're going to come after him. It's the same thing with Obama, right? A lot of the things Obama said when he was running for his first term were a lot of the things that Trump said. But then what happened to Obama once he got in office? He fell in line. Why? Because he saw that there were powers bigger than him. He thought that the presidency was the ultimate and that he was going to be able to enact hope and change. And really, what we got was more of the same. Joe Biden was a continuation. Trump came, and we all saw what the government did to Trump, both Democrat and Republican Party. They attacked him. They went after him. They prosecuted him. They tried to kill him. They made him a Russian asset. Think about that. A Russian asset for 4 years. They went after his real estate. They created fake rape cases. Silly real estate case where it's like he overvalued his property and really it's only worth 18, not 250 million. And look, guys, what Trump learned his first term is what they all learned, is he's a nobody. He is nothing but a scale, like a fish scale. He is nothing but a fish scale on a snake or on a fish. That body that they all answer to, it's a beast, it's a monster. I'm encouraging all of you, every single person, anybody that watches this, maybe it's nobody, who cares? Maybe it's myself. I'll convince myself even more. Stop blaming individuals for the entirety of the problem within a state, a city, or the federal government, because one person does not have all the power. Let's talk about Zoran Mamdani, right, out in California. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's a communist, he's a socialist. So fucking what? Who cares what he is? Because at the end of the day, he's still going to answer to the Senate, the House, the judiciary. And whatever Zoran Mamdani wants, he might get, depending if that's what they want him to get. And they might want him to get it just to push all the blame on him and use him as an example. So, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, here in America, we have checks and balances. But throughout for a very long time, those checks and balances have been used for nefarious reasons. They haven't been used for good reasons. At times, maybe. But the people in the back, the shadowed people, the people in the black suits that Putin talks about, those people will allow what they want, when they want, how they want. And then if it goes good, they'll allow the credit to be taken. If it goes bad, they dump all the blame on that one individual. What everybody has to understand is Trump is but a face. Is Trump doing good things? Yeah, but Trump learned from presidency number 1 in 2016 that he had to get a team under him. He had to get warriors, people that were willing to fight under him. And so what did he do? He surrounded himself by a bunch of loyalists. So right now, our government is at a state of civil war in the background, one that you do not see. We might see a little bit here and there, but we are not seeing anything compared to what we should be seeing. There is a civil war in our government right now. The swamp versus the ones that are trying to take it over. Trump is not the problem. Biden is not the problem. Obama is not the problem. The problem are the people in black suits. The problem are the people in the shadows. The problem are the people we don't even know their names. Don't be quick to push all the blame on a face when really we need to be focusing on the body. The body of problems are these group of people that nobody knows about, and some that maybe we do, like the Pelosi's, the McConnells, the Schumers, the Romneys. We know them. The McCains, the Nadlers, we know about them. But those are the faces that are put in front of us to be seen. There are people behind them that pull the levers, that control our government. Those are the people that deserve all the blame because they're the ones that are causing all of our problems. Please, for your sake, for the country's sake, stop trying to make everything one person's problem. It is not one person's problem. If things go bad in this administration, will Trump have some blame? Absolutely. But you're talking about 5%, right? Biden, how much control do you really have? 5%. Obama, 5%. Look what they did to Clinton. People like to hero him as a great president. They took him out, bro. Didn't make it past one term. They took him out with the whole sex stuff, like they always do. It always comes back to the sex thing. They always get you with the sex. It's very frustrating when I have conversations and people are so quick to blame everything on Trump, blame everything on Biden, blame everything on just one person. It is never one person's fault. It is never one person's ability in America to do anything. It's not possible, not in this country. Other countries, yeah. In other countries, you can clearly point the finger and be like, that dictator guy right there, that's him. That's not America. The people in the shadows are the ones you want to focus on. The people who have been there for 30, 40, 50 years are the ones you want to focus on. And so that is my recommendation. Stop blaming Gavin Newsome and start looking at the people behind him. Stop blaming Trump and start looking at the people behind him. Stop blaming Obama and look at the people behind him. And I think what you're all going to find, which is what I found, is you're going to find a lot of the same people. You just are. A lot of the same people at the state level are the same people on the federal level who are controlling it all from the shadows. You can call them the billionaires, the millionaires, the elites. You can call them whatever the hell you want, but call them the people who control shit. Stop blaming Gavin Newsom. Stop blaming Trump. Stop blaming Biden. Stop blaming Bush. They are nothing but faces. The people in the back are the ones that wage the war. They are the ones that push the policy. They are the ones that make things happen. The only reason Trump is getting any traction this time is because he surrounded himself by a bunch of loyalists. And those people are now acting in the shadows. So if anything positive, which I think a lot of positive things are coming out of this administration, it's only because he's been able to conquer parts of the government that were previously occupied by the deep state, the swamp, whatever the hell you want to call them. Call them the people in the shadows, because they're the people you don't see. That's, for the most part, that's all I got. Usually I rant for a lot more, but that's really all I got, because it's so easy, it's so basic. It's not, the president is nothing but a face to push all the blame. It's the shadow people. Find out who they are and encourage our government to take them out. Then I'm not talking about death or getting them killed or anything like that. I'm talking about doing it the right way. Jail, prison. We now have Alligator Alcatraz. That's a very good place for a lot of those traitors to end up. That's all I got.